अपॉलॉजीज। मैं वही 2 मिनट में अपनी एक बात कहना चाहता हूँ एब्रोगेशन ऑफ आर्टिकल 370 के ऊपर। 2 चीज़ें हैं। एक तो मैं किसी भी हालत में ये नहीं समझता कि कश्मीरीज कुछ स्पेशल लोग हैं, वो उतने ही स्पेशल हैं जितने सारे इंडियंस हैं। और नंबर 2 चीज़ मैं ये बात एक्सपोज करना चाहता हूँ, जितने भी लोग जितने भी वहाँ पे हैं कश्मीरीज जो वहाँ पे मेजॉरिटी में हैं, जो कि सोशल जस्टिस की बात करते रहते हैं एंड दे आर अगेंस्ट द एब्रोगेशन ऑफ 370, आई हैव द फॉलोइंग थिंग टू स्टे। I think the synergy between science and law is terribly underrated. You know, the logic, the rationale, the ethics, and the morality. There is something called the Blackstone ratio in law, which means that it is better to acquit 10 guilty people than to convict 1 innocent. And that is so beautiful. So I want to say the following. In fact, I want a show of hands, Abhijit. I won't take more than a minute. I want to take names of 4 or 5 Kashmiris and see how much we have regressed as far as morality and ethics is concerned. How many of you know of Burhan Wani? Can I have a show of hands, please? Almost all the hands have went up. How many of you know, and these are all Kashmiris I'm taking the names of, Meluram? No one. Radhika Gill? 1. Eklavya Meena? No one. Satinder Singh Sathi? No one. Ajaz Bund? No one. These are the people who for 70 years, these are the Dalits, the homosexuals, the refugees who ran away from West Pakistan and settled, whose rights, human rights, have been brutally trampled upon by the Indian democratic state for the last 70 years because of Article 370. They were graduates, postgraduates, PhDs, but they could only get a job as a sweeper. And you have the gumption and the temerity to say that you are fighting for Dalit rights? जय भीम जय मीम, आपको शर्म नहीं आती? 70 साल से आपने उन दलित्स की ह्यूमन राइट्स को किस बेसिस पे आप कह रहे हैं कि आर्टिकल 370 एब्रोगेट नहीं होना चाहिए था? आपको सोशल जस्टिस चाहिए, आप अब रो रहे हैं? 70 साल से वो दलित्स आपको याद नहीं आए? So this is where I mean that the synergy between social Darwinism that comes out of the criticism by science of it and law is underrated. It must be taught in schools and universities. Thank you very much. I have only 2 points to make. पहला तो ये है कि जिसके पास सच है और फैक्ट्स है ना, उसको किसी से भी डरने की जरूरत नहीं है, किसी से भी डरने की। तो मैं आपको फैक्ट्स बता दूं, बट पहले मैं ये कहना चाहता हूं कि आई एम पर्सनली अगेंस्ट द कंटिन्यूड इनकार्सरेशन ऑफ महबूबा मुफ्ती एंड उमर अब्दुल्ला। आई थिंक बहुत टाइम हो गया है. देयर हैज़ टू बी सॉलिड रीजंस फॉर कंटिन्यूड इनकार्सरेशन. But this is also true, and these are the facts. Umar Abdullah sanctioned 1,537 detentions under the same PSA in 4 years, from 2009 to 12. तब तो बहुत लोग चुप थे. Mehbooba Mufti's PDP booked 1,266 people in 3 years during 2003 to 2005. Congress government led by Azad detained 1,010 persons in 2006 to 7, and Farooq Abdullah booked 503 people in 2002. अब जब अपने सर पे कुल्हाड़ी गिर रही है तो सारे सोशल जस्टिस वॉरियर्स आगे आ गए हैं. बहरहाल, एज आई सेड, आई एम पर्सनली अगेंस्ट. देयर हैव टू बी स्ट्रॉन्ग रीजंस. एंड नंबर 2, look at the pathetic goalpost shifting. This question that was raised, why did you not ever raise a voice against the continued persecution and the trampling of human rights of lakhs of Dalits and homosexuals and refugees and Sikhs and women and Gurkhas? Not one word. और अब आप कह रहे हैं कि नहीं, we always want to stand for dignity and human rights. This question needs to be answered. And let me tell you, there is no harm in saying sorry and seeking an apology from the Indians. I say sorry. Until Ratan Sharda wrote about this, I had no idea that lakhs of Dalits were miserably persecuted in the same Kashmir. Look, it's very clear. There can be no truth without reconciliation. There can be no justice without Nuremberg. I can't believe how such a thing so simple as admitting that yes, we were wrong, especially when the people who cry, as the gentleman was, about human rights and dignity. I apologize to my Dalit brothers and homosexual brothers and sisters and women of Kashmir that yes, Indian state failed you by the continuous application of Article 370 that trampled on your human rights. But you know why some people won't apologize? Because their whole house of cards and house of placards will come crumbling down. That is the reason. They would have to accept that for 70 years they were following a law in Kashmir that was unjust towards Indians, towards Dalits, whom they call brothers. This is the reason why people still would not say sorry. It's so simple to say sorry. Say sorry. No, there is a point in there, but having also said that Kashmir is not Gurgaon. There are 100,000 Indian troops over there. The situation is very different. You know, when a terrorist, Burhan Wani, was killed, for the next 3 months, Kashmir was on a total lockdown, 10,000 crore loss, 100 people were killed. So, you know, this was the death of a terrorist. This is what happened. So, you know, of course, as I said, that, you know, I am against the continued incarceration of people because they have to be based on the application and the advice given by the security. And I think it really has been a bit too long, in my personal opinion. Having said that, yes, of course, there have to be laws that have to be conscientious. Every law must have a moral and ethical backing. Otherwise, I would not term it as a law.
आप क्या इंडिया से आए हो? And everybody was identifying कि इंडिया अलग चीज़ है क्या? मैंने कहा तुम भी तो इंडिया में रहते हो. नहीं, आप तो इंडिया से आए हो.